What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 10 small forwards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to 235,000 subscribers by the end of March. We're going to be close. We're definitely going to be very, very close to hitting that. We're going to be probably within a couple of hundred. So if you guys, again, enjoy MyTEAM content, subscribe. We upload more here than anywhere else, and if you guys want to learn about the game as well as learning about like the ins and outs of why certain players are good and just some tips on how to get better at the game, whether you're a money spent player, no money spent player, this is the place to be. So anyway, just to keep it consistent, it's only going to be primary small forwards. So before you guys are asking about certain players, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jameson, Lamar Odom, Melo are all power forwards. So I know people will be asking about these guys. These guys are all primary power forwards. They would be some of the best players to run a small forward, but they're primary power forwards. Also, guys like Kawhi Leonard, Tracy McGrady, John Havlicek are primary two guards. So there's way more point guards that are opals than any other tier. So now we're going to go on to the primary small forwards. So honorable mentions, Lou Hudson. I think his value is just so bad, which is why he's an honorable mention. Sean Marion, he was probably the closest to making the entire list. I really like Sean Marion. I think he shoots the ball very mediocrely, but he's great at everything else. So for that reason, he'd be like probably very close. This LeBron James right here is definitely an honorable mention. When we go down, like, to an extent, this Kevin Durant, this Grant Hill, you could definitely argue Cam Reddish to be kind of at the end of the top 10. Ingram, Glenn Rice, Glenn Robinson. They're kind of like the kind of guys there at the end of the list, kind of rounding out the honorable mentions. But anyway, number 10, we got Peja Stojakovic, and I think there is a bit of a gap between a Peja and any of those other guys. So Peja Stojakovic, his release, I mean, the upper is very meh, but his base is really good. Like, it's Middleton base on quick, which is great. CP3 upper is, I'm not going to say I'm a fan of it because I'm not, but it's not unusable. He's got not great dribble sig. Surprisingly enough, like, all of his dunks are Showtime dunks as far as I'm aware. He does not have a basic dunk. Even though he doesn't have Showtime, he literally doesn't have a basic dunk. He's got 93 lateral. He's 6'9", which is huge. He's got 89 speed, 89 acceleration, more than usable rebounding rating, 86 speed with ball. But again, the big thing with him, 97 three-pointer. Deep fades and steady are the only shooting badges that have at least gold. Pump fake, monster, pick and popper, they don't matter. But all the shooting badges that do matter, he's got on Hall of Fame. If you were on next gen, obviously you would prefer to see him having steady, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. He is, again, he's a knockdown shooter. He's got quick first step gold as well. He got gold clamps. He got half hard crusher, half intimidator, half interceptor, and just all around a really good card. Is he easy to get? No. He's definitely easy to get. I think, like, I'm like 390 games away from getting him. Will I get him in the 30 days? Like, it's 10 games a day. Like, I think I probably will get him because I'm going to go for the XP. Like, I'll be there or thereabouts getting him by the end of this season. But again, it's a tough grind, but I think it might end up being worth it in the end. At number 9, we got Paul George. The reason why Cam Reddish was on the list, Paul George is just better Cam Reddish. So, 11 Hall of Fame badges, 5 silver, 5 bronze, 19 gold. He's got half Showtime, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 91 3 ball, 95 driving dunk, 94 perimeter defense, 90 ball handle. He's also got gold clamps, half pogo stick, half flying reflex, half chase down artist, half quick first step as well. He has got Paul George base, Paul George upper, normal 2, which is not the greatest escape in the world, but he's got a good behind the back on current gen, and he's got obviously the Showtime dunks. 6'9", so he's got a little bit more length. I think he's just a bit more athletic than Peja. There's a lot of things he doesn't do as well as Peja, but he's a lot more athletic, and I think he plays a lot better defense. 4 hot zones outside of 3, and again, this is an iconic player for me, since this was like the very first pink diamond card I ever got, and was like the star of my very first video. I did end up selling him on my other account because I don't really use the account, but I'm telling you, if this card does drop to around the like 50k range at any stage, I will be definitely picking him up and adding him into my squad just for the card out alone. But again, a more than usable player on both gens, and a card that I'm a big fan of. And number 8, we got TLC Evoed. Like, he's a 93 overall. Like, no Evo, he's not great, but he's got 35 golds. But the guy's got 15 Hoff badges, 26 golds. So you're looking, he's got 41 badges, all Hoff are gold. Like, you've got 40 badges in Paul George, and some of them are silver and bronzes. So, like, he's got gold showtime, he's got gold range, he's got gold clamps, Hoff hard crusher, Hoff downhill, Hoff quick first step, Hoff catch and shoot, corner specialist, Hoff hot start, and a bunch of interior scoring badges. 91 speed, 91 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, 90 lateral quickness, 86 speed with ball. And also, if you're looking at his animations, base 32 with Steph Curry's one of the most cash releases in the game. I've been like really struggling to get steals with TLC, so I've been using him online to get steals, and he's crazy good. You might be saying Paul George is like the objectively better card, and you know what? You might have an argument there. But I prefer using TLC. Like, Pro 4 is better than Pro 5 on next gen. His release is cash. It's like one of the best openers in the game in Steph Curry. The best openers are Rudy and Steph Curry. They're the best openers in the game. Base 32 is super quick. And I don't know, I just really like the card. I just really like the card. Maybe you could argue him being at number 9 and Paul George being one ahead, but I think he does also have the added bonus that he is a free card. But yeah, this card, absolutely fantastic. Obviously, doesn't have range and stuff. He's not great on his first Evo even. He's usable. I've used him on this first Evo and he's been fine, but when he gets that second Evo, he's a god. He is a god. At number 7, we got Opal Rick Barry. Opal Rick Barry, 89 speed, 89 acceleration. Defensive stats seem bad. Defensive badges seem bad. He's got steady, but he's got half range, 94 3 ball, and he's got base 3, which is one of the best releases in the game. And we saw him being used at the weekend in Ona's squad. I think what separates him from the other two guys, he's just that much better of a shooter. And in terms of like 3 hunting and stuff, he's actually really good. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest escape, but I don't know. There's just something about this card that I really like. Again, he's another one. You could argue this guy being at like number 9. You could argue him being below Paul George, and I'm not. I think Paul George, TLC, and Rick Barry, and even Peja to an extent, are all extremely close. But for me, I'm going to put Rick Barry. Yeah, I'm going to keep Rick Barry here at 7. But if you want to argue any of the guys on the list before him, like, I think the gap between like a Cam Reddish and a Paul George is probably bigger than the gap between Paul George and Rick Barry. Like, they're that close to each other. So I'm going to keep Rick Barry at 7. That base 3 is super effective in terms of like just getting off quick shots. And again, a card that anytime I've used him, he's been fantastic. Anytime I've seen him being used, he's fantastic. Obviously, he's not as good as Moses Malone. He's not as good as Gary Payton in terms of those token rewards. But I mean, if you've got unlimited tokens, he wouldn't be a bad pickup. And at number 6, we got Jack Marin. We have got the lawyer. 90 speed, 90 acceleration. He has got 93 3 ball. He's like, his badges are insane as well. He's only got gold clamps, gold range, but he's got half hard crusher. He's got half quick first step, half handles for days. Like, we got this guy straight like the day he came out, and he's a god, lads. He's definitely better on current gen than he is on next gen. I will say that there's a lot of guys that are definitely better on next gen than current gen, but he's better on current than next. Again, he's got showtime dunks. He can get showtime if you need that for current gen. He can curry slide. He's got Larry Bird release, which I don't like it on next gen very much, but on current gen it's cash. It is absolutely cash. Like, he barely misses on current gen, but Larry Bird release on quick is really good as well. He's got the Pro 1 behind the back, which is nice. Pro 7 crossover. He's also got a 90 driving dunk. He has got 90 speed with ball, 88 speed, which is getting good as well. Half quick first step, good. All of the defensive badges you need, basically. He's got 45 total badges, 18 of which being on Hall of Fame, the other 27 on gold. And again, just a near perfect card. I just think there are a few cards better than him. At number 5, we have got Jimmy Butler. And this is a tough one. It's like, we're looking at total badges, 17 to 18. You've got more badges there on Jack Marin. 2906 total stats. You've got 2801. So you've actually got a lot better total stats on Jimmy Butler, even though you got better badges on Jack Marin. But then again, at the same time, some of those are intangible. Actually, no, intangibles minus 10. So let's say shot IQ is plus 10 intangibles or plus 5 intangibles minus 10. So that's about the same. But like Jimmy Butler, again, defensively, even though it's a weird one, his badges aren't the greatest. Like he doesn't even come with all of them that you need. He can't get rebound chaser, but again, he's got gold clamps, which is fine. He's got Intimidator, Hall of Fame, which is big. Half quick first step. He's only got goal range extender, but again, that's fine. You have the Curry slide base 22. He's got the good behind the back as well. Showtime dunks with gold Showtime. He's got 96 lateral quickness, and like he's very, very comparable to Jack Marin. Like he very much is. They are very, very close. If you're asking who's better, some people say Marin, some will say Jimmy. The fact that Marin is free, if you got Marin, there's no point paying like 150 plus K for Jimmy Butler. So, but in terms of these two guys, like you can put Marin at 5, you can put Jimmy Butler at 5. I really don't think it makes much of a difference. At number 4, we got Granger. Hear me out. I prefer Granger to all the other guys. Like most people will have both Jimmy Butler and Jack Marin ahead of Danny Granger. Not me. I think Granger is so good. He's only got 8 Hall of Fame badges, yeah. But I don't think that matters. I really don't. Like Danny Granger, 90 speed, 92 3 ball. His defensive stats might appear to be not great with a low steal rating. He's got gold clamps, gold interceptor, gold intimidator. He's also got gold rebound chaser, which is good. Gold quick first step. He's got half range extenders. He's the first of those guys with half range. Half flexible, half hot zone hunter. He has got base 29 on quick, which is he's the only player as far as I'm aware in the game with base 29 on quick. Like of all these guys, like Zion, Zion has his own release on next gen. Glenn Robinson, Chris Bosh, Luka Doncic, all these guys I think have it on normal. He's got the Pro 1 escape, Pro 1 behind the back, and the biggest thing is he's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. Like he's the tallest player in the game that can play the 2 guard as far as I'm aware. And just the way he plays lanes, the fact like height makes a big difference. It really does. Like there's a reason why you don't see anyone under 6'3" in any squads. It does make a difference. As much as people like to say that it doesn't, it really does. Like you can definitely get away using smaller players, no question about it. A lot of people have got away, and a lot of people do get away using smaller players. But height still makes a difference, and him being 6'9" is a huge, huge benefit for the card. Now we are on to number 3. Gerald Wallace, 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. First of all, you have to give him range. You have to give him range. You probably may have to give him flexible. Like you have to give him a few badges. But a badged up Gerald Wallace, without doubt, belongs in this position right here. He is ridiculous. And I've only played against him once or twice. His defense, it feels like Kawhi and Jordan. Like normally we talk about Kawhi and Jordan in like a tier of their own in terms of defense. I don't think he's as good as either of those guys, but man, his defense feels similar. Really does. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. I don't know what it is about this guy. There was a reason why he was used in so many 250k squads. 88 3 ball, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, 86 ball handle, 90 speed ball, 97 lateral quickness. He has got a 90 block, 97 steal. He's got 95 driving dunk, 80 standing dunk, 91 driving layup. As well as that, he's got half clamps, half hard crusher, half interceptor, half intimidator, half pickpocket. He's got most of the badges. Like defense layer, you don't even need that badge. Maybe give him bronze rim protector. Am I right in saying bronze rim protector is fine? He's got half quick first step, half downhill. He's got gold handles for days as well. Gold unpluckable. Yeah, he doesn't have range. He needs some shooting badges, but he's got half showtime as well. Got all the showtime dunks. Base 4 on quick, which is really, really good. His dribble sigs are not great, but he's got the normal 2 behind the back. And as like a 3-and-D wing who can occasionally slash the basket, I mean, you're not getting much better than this guy. He is fantastic. He is absolutely fantastic at what he does. And number 2, Cedric Maxwell. So Cedric Maxwell is elite. He is absolutely elite. He's like, imagine Rick Barry, but better at everything. And we've just, well, it was an obvious number 1 anyway. It's probably going to be in the thumbnail. But yeah, he's got an 85 3 ball. He's got a 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 25 shot IQ, 95 mid-range. He's got a 95 driving, 95 lateral. He has got gold range, which obviously you'd rather be half, but gold's fine. Half showtime, half quick first step, half unpluckable, half clamps, half hard crusher, half intimidator, half lightning reflexes. He's a 6'8". He's 6'8", so he's got good length. 7'1" wingspan. Base 3 on quick, which is so nice, especially on current gen. It's not the easiest release of time, but it's super quick. Like, there's a reason why both 250k champions, Splash and Ty, are both grinding for this guy to use him in the squad. I'm shocked. I'm shocked more people didn't grind Cedric Maxwell in like the one day before the 250k tournament. I'm shocked that nobody did the grind. But he's got a Pro 2 escape, Pro 2 size up, which is the Curry slide. Normal Pro 1 behind the back, all the Showtime dunks, 6'8", great jump shot. He's so nice. If you want to watch my gameplay on him to just show what he did against the full Opal squad, I didn't realize that Unlimited was glitched. Or Limited was glitched last week, and I played against the full Opal squad with him and a bunch of like Sapphires and Emeralds, and he basically forced the guy to quit in the first quarter. Then at number 1 is the Dentist, Terry Dishinger. 40 IQ, 25 intangibles, half range extender, gold clamps, half intimidator, half off pass, half quick first step. He's got half showtime, 7'3" wingspan, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 93 3 ball, 94 perimeter defense, 94 lateral quickness. He has got 93 speed with ball. Got Pro 2 escape, which is the Curry slide. He's got Pro 8 moving crossover, Pro 4 behind the back, which is not great. Rudy and Mello, which is one of the best releases in the game, on quick as well. And again, there is just he's just a flawless card, an elite scorer, an elite defensive player, just an elite. He's just elite at everything. He just is well and truly elite at everything. And like when I make my top, last month he was actually in the top 100 list. I think I had him at number 2. He won't be number 2 on this list, but I mean he's gonna be without question top 5 or 6. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Now let's go over a recap. At number 10, Paige Stojakovic, a moderately good defender with decent length who is an absolute sniper. When he's wide open, he'll hit basically everything. Number 9, we got Paul George, jack of all trades, master of a lot of them, just a little bit outclassed. TLC, very, very comparable to Paul George. I prefer his release a little bit, but he is free, which instead of like 150k, which puts him ahead, in my opinion. Then we got Rick Barry, 750 tokens. Not quite as good stats-wise as any of you guys we've seen, but the first player, apart from Page, with half range, and his release is so good that it makes up for a lot of his shortcomings. Number 6, Jack Marin. Curry slide, elite player, not a great release on next gen, which is why he's a little bit lower. Jimmy Butler, basically Jack Marin, but a little bit better on next gen. Although Jack Marin's free, so if you want to swap Jack Marin ahead of Jimmy Butler, I'm perfectly fine with that one. But he was also very difficult to get. Number 4, Danny Granger, 6'9", super length at the 2 guard position. Elite shooter, doesn't bring too much else, but plays lanes really well and is, in my opinion, one of the best cards in the game. Number 3, Gerald Wallace, the best defensive small forward, primary small forward in the game, and it's not particularly close. Even Cedric Maxwell, I think Gerald Wallace is the best at that and a great shooter when you give him the badges. Cedric Maxwell, Tracy McJordan. Very much like, imagine if they gave Tracy McGrady's length to the Opal Michael Jordan. That's basically what you've got with this card right here. Absolutely quality. And number 1, Terry Dishinger. He really is the best. There's a reason why I played 900 games for him. There's a reason why Splash played 2,600 games for him. Terry Dishinger really is the best. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.